All right, here we are again, Bob Foster and GlobalNow with another Tech Talk. And if you look behind me, this one's actually very interesting. And we're here because of my good friend Simon, who's going to introduce himself here in a moment and what he does, especially around the tech world. But what he also does is he climbs these things. So we're in a place called Crux. Is that correct?
Crux Climbing Center. This is Crux South. There's
Okay.
Crux locations around Austin.
So we're in Austin. I just make sure I knew where I was. And you can see the climbing wall behind us, and hopefully we'll get some people climbing up there. I tried about a year ago with you, and I got about a foot up and fell off and
You
cried.
did a little bit better than that,
Okay.
just a little bit.
Thank you. So if you would, Simon, go ahead and introduce yourself a little bit better than I just did.
I'm Simon Erich. I'm the CEO and founder of Trooper WordPress Maintenance, and we support agencies and small businesses with all of their WordPress needs.
Very good. So Simon has a long history that he's been able to apply to his business here called Trooper. You see it here on the T-shirt, and he can share more of that. But I think I want to start, of course, the most common topic is AI, right?
Yeah.
And as I understand it, you basically have a platform that you use to service customers.
Yes.
And as part of the overall Trooper experience. So please clarify that as I get most of this wrong.
Yeah, it's all a work in progress, as is most startups and most businesses. But we have a platform that we use to maintain our customers' websites. As I said, we support agencies and small businesses. So our agency customers have multiple sites, and the small business customers usually have a single or two sites that we maintain for them. So we use a combination of off-the-shelf tools, our own homebrew, home-built, vibe-coded tools, along with things that are built specifically in WordPress. We're actually building internal applications with WordPress itself.
Interesting.
It's quick, it's easy to find developers, and the cost of developing it is low. And then if we really like something, then we could roll that into a bigger build in either vibe coding or traditional development.
Gotcha. So was one of the first things or the first ways you used AI, was it for the coding itself, for the vibe coding? Or have you done anything with Agentic yet? And if you have, what does that entail as far as the use case? And if you haven't, are you considering Agentic in the future?
We're considering everything, and I think it's part of our job to be on the bleeding edge, right? Yeah. And I'm also heavily engaged in the agency community and the agency world here in Austin and internationally. So we end up having a lot of conversations about how agencies are using AI, how far they are on that learning curve, and how much effort they're actually putting behind it. And you'd be surprised, even a lot of cutting edge agencies, there's more of a fear than an embracing of AI. And
you would think they'd be more forward thinking than they'd be, because their customers are, for the most part, demanding it, I would think, as far as what they deliver.
What I've seen in the industry in general, like with customers especially, depending on the customer, you've got the larger customers that usually have an initiative where they're trying to check a box, chatbot, or they need to integrate some AI tool to help go through their knowledge base, whatever it is.
Okay.
But that's usually larger customers. On the smaller customer side, I think a lot of people feel like that they are falling behind if they don't have it, but they're also scared and don't know how to use it.
Yeah.
And it's,
I think
in
we see
a lot
of that even on the staffing side and on the Verso side, is that people want someone that has not only 5 years experience of AI, which is not out there.
This doesn't even exist.
Yeah, but also has all the other experience, and so looking for hybrids. So that demand is out there. I think it's still unclear about how you apply these solutions.
Absolutely, and I think it's one of those things that we've told customers for a long time. A lot of times they would say, oh, well, I don't have a blog because I can't keep up with it. We're too busy. And my response is always, if you don't have time to do it, don't do it. Don't half-ass it. Don't,
Even with AI, which you're saying.
Yeah, same thing with AI.
Don't try to get more done.
Or just don't implement it if you don't really have a need for it. I mean, it's not, you're not going to fool anybody, opinion.
I tried that, and it doesn't work.
Back to your original question about whether or how we're implementing and what we're using it for. Just like everybody else, I started out using ChatGPT and playing around and just seeing what I could do, seeing what I could optimize in my own processes, internal processes. And that helped a lot for invoicing and for turning timesheets into invoices and translating some of those things where you've got to clean a lot of data up and you've got to format it and get it out. And it used to take hours. came down to minutes. Those are all great uses for AI.
So mostly for internal purposes, though, right?
All for
Which
internal
creates more
purposes. I mean,
efficiency for your services as well.
Yeah,
so.
at times, even recently, we've got some clients that have spreadsheets of data that they're constantly updating, and that
Right.
data gets uploaded to their site for a physician finder. We have one of our customers who has a physician finder that we built into their site. And so they're constantly noodling on this CSV file, and it's very challenging, the new locations and all the data, and make sure it's all structured properly. And when we were in a meeting, even last week, the project manager on that side said, yeah, it takes me a long time to do this. And I was like, why is it taking a long time to do it? I was like, I'm just putting it into Claude, giving it the information, then I take the output of that CSV, and I move that over to Gemini, and I say, here's what was done, can you please check it? Gemini checks Claude's work, and it's done really quickly. And it also catches typos and all kinds of other things that were introduced by the client. So I think that there's a lot of people still getting comfortable with it, even technical people still getting comfortable with it. And it's one of those things that just chip away at it. You're not behind the curve. Everybody's behind the curve because it's moving so fast. So, yeah.
So do you see you integrating more agentic in your product component of Trooper?
Absolutely.
Okay. And that's it would be over time as you have the use cases, or you see the trends from whether it's the agency or the end user customers that
for our own purposes, our platform, as we're extending it, I spend my weekends vibe coding these days, and it's getting really good.
By the way, I can just feel it. I can feel it coming off of you.
It's getting really good. Claude Code and the things that you can do. And I'm not a coder. My background's in UX, UI. Running agencies
You're a designer.
I've been in the agency space for 30 years, so I've got a lot of experience building applications, overseeing teams, and things like that. And I know the front end really well.
Yeah.
But the actual development work was never something that I did. But now it is.
Can.
Now I can.
Yeah. I would think, and just kind of wrap this up here. I would think that because of your experience and your knowledge in the particular business you serve, to you these are common problems that you encounter, right, with the agencies and those kinds of things. You ran your own agency, so you know, so you understand how this works. I think that's the greatest enablement of AI, is it takes people to have the business experience and empowers them, if they have some know-how, some technical skill, empowers them to do things like create Trooper.
Yeah, the force multiplier that AI brings to any small business, anybody that's trying to, a small shop, I can get so much more done, but I just feel like I'm working more still, like everybody does. To where it's like, oh, I can get more done, but now I gotta get twice as much done per day as I used to. So
For an actually lazy guy like me, the productivity level stays consistent.
I bet it does. Don't worry, you're gonna retire.
Because I can just say, I should retire 20 years.
Yeah, he's 83 actually now. So.
I feel like I'm 183.
You don't look a day over 100.
You're so sweet.
I love you, Bob.
I know. I love you too. Now with that, I think we should film me climbing the wall and see how exciting that would be.
That's the next episode. Yeah. And then the hospital visit too.
Yeah, we can rename that episode to some sort of, I don't know, horror show or something, because it's going to be terrible. So thank you, Simon. It's outstanding. Congratulations on Trooper. I appreciate you adding to the Tech Talk, and let's go out there and have some more fun with this. This is going to be good.
Yeah, let's do it again. All right. Take care.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.